Welcome to Live, Let, Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Micah and Steve.
Hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Live, Let, Thrive. I am your host, Mr. Stevie Stacks, coming at you from Fort Worth, Texas. This is episode 312 of your favorite short-term, mid-term, long-term rental podcast in the world. And we have an excellent show for you today, I believe. Hopefully. And I'm excited to talk to you all again. It's just been, a crazy ride as always. And I can't say I've figured out how to do everything perfect yet. And I've got a lot of things going on. Of course, when you have over 40 properties, then it's a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving pieces. And yes, we are tending to our garden, getting rid of properties that don't fit our highest and best use, I guess, and then picking up other properties that we love, the houses to do corporate out of, stuff like that. And thank you again for checking in, for listening to Live, Let, Thrive, going on, what are we at, 7 or 8 years? I don't know, it's been a while. But I'm excited to talk to y'all. And this is my, like I said on other episodes, this is my my little therapy, my little room I come to, and well, this is my office, of course, but this is also where I come to decompress and then just and record some podcasts and get it all off my chest. And y'all out there doing the short term rental thing, and you know how fun it could be. It could be a lot of fun, and it could be a lot of headaches, but we talk about all kinds of stuff on this show, and we're going to talk about today. I've been crunching the accounting numbers. I like I said, I ain't perfect. I have not had a perfect system to do accounting, and I've been trying to improve that. I've been going in there, looking at every expense categorizing it, um, making these fun spreadsheets and the Excel spreadsheets. And it's not my strength. It's definitely not my strength as an unorganized person that I've always been. But it's been very eye-opening because the numbers don't lie. And through the past numbers and trying to make sense of everything and get everything categorized, it's like, wow, those expenses right there. Well, I spent how much on that electric bill? Because here's the thing, we always, try to automate everything, put everything on automatic, bill pay. What is it called? Yeah, I can't even think straight right now. So that auto pay, whatever it's called. And once you do that, and you're focused on growing the business and doing all the stuff that entails, you don't get to look at every bill. Because I mean, you get the emails and they'll say your bill's due and all this stuff. But if it's on auto pay, I mean, you're not even worried about it, right? And what brought this on is because one of my credit cards, the business credit card that we put everything on, started getting hit with these little fraud charges, and they started calling me. This is a Capital on Tap card, and they started calling me, "Hey, Mr. Suarez, did you make this purchase or this purchase? We noticed some unusual material, and it's all in the UK." And I was like, "No, I didn't make any of those purchases." "Okay, I'm gonna send you a list. Tell us which ones that you didn't make, and we'll get you refunded for those, and then we're gonna cancel your card and send you a new card because it's been frauded." And I was like, "Geez." And so after all this stuff I've been telling you I've been going through lately with this couple of evictions going on, and yeah, all the other madness I've been talking about, it hits, of course, it happens at this exact time, and I have every single thing on this card because I mean, I might as well. I'm gonna have all these expenses, like 40 different electric bills, 40 different water bills, 40 different gas bills, or whatever it is. Um, I might as well get a shitload of points, right? Credit card points. And and so I've had it all on one card, and of course that's the card that got hit. And so it got canceled. So then I'm having to go into all these different things, bills and electric bills, water bills, gas bills, every bill you could think of, and trying to go in there and change the card out. And of course, you're gonna miss some because it's a crap load. And then you get the hey, the bill um didn't get paid, or what is it called? It didn't clear, the payment was declined, blah blah blah. Then you have to go in there and like some of them are like showing late now. So then you see like these $20, $25 fees on top of the bill that you had it on auto pay. And of course, yes, if you call them, they can remove it. But the thing is, having to call them and deal with all that. And that's hours, dealing with the freaking um, phone company, internet company, gas, especially the water and gas, the city companies. Those, oh my goodness, those are they answer the phone when they want to. I mean, any of y'all are working for the city, cool. I mean, more power to you. Appreciate what y'all do, but it's not the easiest companies to deal with, right? And anyways, so getting all that sorted on that card, it does seem like a hassle, and it seems like well, why don't you just put it all in your business checking account? No, 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 no. Mr. Dave Ramsey, I love you, man. You have great advice for people, but you tell them never to use credit cards and always use debit cards. And that is terrible advice for this reason. I mean, it's good advice if people are really bad with credit cards, and a lot of people are. But if you can pay that credit card off every single month, then I don't see any harm with that. You're getting all the points and all that stuff, and it's going to be stuff you're paying anyways. Why would you link a debit card or your bank to those payments? Because once those, like a debit card or your bank account or whatever, gets frauded, the bank just freezes everything and they go through their investigation. It could be months before you get any of those charges removed. And in the meantime, your money's all gone. Now, if it happens on a credit card, and you swipe, you're going everywhere. You're going to the Home Depot and going and buying furniture and going to whatever for your arbitrages or your house or your Airbnbs or corporate house, whatever. You're swiping that thing everywhere. If it gets frauded or cloned, then the credit card company is gonna do what they did with me. They're gonna just, ask me about the charges, reimburse me. I mean, immediately. It took like one day, and they reimbursed all those charges that were on there, and they canceled the card and sent me a new one. Done deal. And imagine if I was out there swiping a debit card everywhere and it got hit with some fraud, then like I said, they would investigate and all that stuff. In the meantime, your money's all cleared out of your accounts. So that's of the Dame Ramsey advice. That's the stupidest one because you don't want to expose your bank account out there by swiping it everywhere. So screw debit cards, man. Unless you're using them to get money out of the ATM machine. But I don't. Yeah, that just use credit cards, but pay them off every month. That's the only thing, and that's what I do. Get zero interest, charges or whatever. So that's what happened, and so yeah, that's what I was going to talk about when everything was messing up. Of course, I got my card frauded, and but props to Capital on Tap. They business card. They refunded everything, got everything set back up, got my new cards, plugging it all back in, and yeah, not missing a little bit of a beat. It was a big inconvenience, and that's one thing that I can't. And I've told you before, it's hard to outsource that part of the dealing with if a fraud situation happens, forget about it. You can't send your VA to call them because they're going to ask all your personal information to make sure it's you calling them. So just got to bite down on the bullet and just do what you got to do. It's just part of the business, right? Um, Also, so I in this real quick T minus like 1 week before our life changes again forever, we're having a baby boy in about a week from now. And it's a huge deal, and it's like I'm looking at the house now, looking at my wife and daughters, and I'm like, wow, this is gonna change because right now it's just us, right? and it's the girls. It's a girl house. Even the dog's a girl. So at my house, it's the wife. My wife. It's the wife. It's my wife. My two daughters, 5 years old, 7 years old, and our little puppy dog, Cheekies, and I have 17-year-old daughter from a previous relationship, and that's all girls, all girls, right? And so the way the house is set up is gonna be a big change, and I'm trying to just visualize. Wow, I don't even remember life without, you know, my last daughter that was born, uh, Abby, and now it'll be a point where I don't remember life before my son was born. So it's a trip. Sorry, it's a little off of a tangent, but it's T minus 1 week. And here's the thing: really wanted to get a couple more, um, uh, what's it called? Yeah, arbitrage properties for clients before that hits, because I'm going to take some time off work. I'm going to enjoy this time with our brand new baby, and I wanted to get these two. Well, I did. Got well, one of them's working on right now, but the previous one that we got for Cheryl, that one got up and running. We got a tenant in there, paying a good price for like 4 months stay, and it might extend. House fire, so they'll probably extend. And all the other houses are filled up. So we got another house, arbitrage coming up for another client of ours, and that one I wanted to get, and it's already getting set up and everything. So wanted to get that one done and up and running before the baby came, because I just wanted a couple more solid base hits, before the baby comes, and I could take some time off from the day job, take some time off from the property management side. Well, I got a team that helps run it and everything, but I just wanted to like little breathing room and get a couple more income producing properties in. And plus we got another arbitrage on the way coming up, 1 bedroom apartment. That one should be pretty easy. It's in a good area. So yeah, like I said, T minus 1 week, and life will change, but getting some more cushion, some more padding, some more income streams coming in before that happens. Then I can chillax a little bit. But also, um, going back to the accounting, I'm going all in circles here, but the accounting is super important. That's pretty duh, right? It's super important to get your accounting tight. And I'm noticing so much, man, man. And these are the books from 2023 that I'm just really combing through and getting all organized. I know it's 2024, and I'm diving into those next, but 2023, how the company used to be, man, we were, and back when it was like a partnership, so much money being spent on all these different what's it called, technologies, right, systems, and it was unreal. And I'm looking back, I was like, wow, we were losing money most of that year, and it was very eye-opening. I mean, we were losing money and living off of debt, and it was very frustrating, very um it was a rough time, man. And so the breakup of the partnership really needed to happen, for both of us to shine, for me and my ex-partner Federico in the business, and he's doing amazing, and that's awesome, and I'm doing pretty darn good, I would say. Toot my own horn. But we learned, and they say be careful going into partnerships and stuff, especially with friends. But we learned a whole bunch, especially of what not to do. So, we learned. I'm sure both of us have learned to be more organized and uh, efficient, more efficient. That's a good word for it. So, I mean, when that whole breakup came down, I remember going through all these different expenses and looking, what is this for? What is this for? What is this, app for? What is this app for? And it was so much of them. And that the first thing I did was just start stripping everything to the bare minimum of the business. It's just, what do we need to run this thing? We need the hospitable. the property management software, and we still going to keep the pricing. I mean, I thought about taking everything out to like, can we run this without any of these things? But I stripped it down to a point where we just had the basics, the pricing software, the property management software. What else? MailChimp. We kept MailChimp because we were reaching out to a lot of corporate. That's when we were emerging, turning ourselves to more of a corporate, rental company, and reaching out to all of the corporate housing providers through MailChimp. So we kept that. I mean, but we stripped down to like we got rid of so much stuff. I'm not even exaggerating when I'm saying the systems were costing over $3,000 a month. All these apps and stuff we were using at the time, and that is just insane. And we got that down to probably, what do we got it down to right now? Probably about $500 a month. We use all the systems and everything we use, probably around $500 a month. And but the thing is, it's cool. It's you could always add things back. That's the thing, You could once you get into a point where you're looking at all your expenses and trying to make things run more efficiently, you can go too far. Like let's say I got rid of the price labs or something, and then all of a sudden, where the pricing's whack, and then we're not maximizing the pricing, and if price labs, I'm spending $300 a month on price labs, but it's a net positive because it's not missing these Lady Gaga concerts or Taylor Swift concerts or big football games. It's not missing these things, because you put on Airbnb smart pricing, they don't. It sucks, but Price Labs they have the people that are gonna put the prices exactly. You can get $1,000 a night booking for Taylor Swift coming through 3 days, right? And one sec. Yeah, so my daughter walked in, and so she was knocking on the door. I had to push pause on the recording. But as I was saying, if I would have taken off Price Labs, I could have missed like 3 nights of $1,000 a night bookings or something because prices were priced too low. Like let's say Airbnb had them priced at the regular $150 a night. That's a big loss, and so I didn't strip it down that much where we didn't need Price Labs. I did tinker with Price Labs and get it to work to my liking, and to a point where I didn't have to. I mean, I go in every day, well, kind of almost every day to check the prices because I have it where they'll the closer to the booking day, the price will drop naturally, and so I don't really tinker too much. I will look at Price Labs is cool. I don't promote them or nothing, but they 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 can do a lot more than Airbnb smart pricing. So, anyways, that's what I was going back because looking at the numbers, looking at all this accounting, especially from that year, that crazy freaking year, and seeing what our expenses are now, how they've dramatically dropped, and then how getting rid of bad properties or not bad properties, just not the best properties, not the best producing properties, for higher producing properties, and how that really just molds your business into what you want it to be, right? I've been off of caffeine for a while, so I did take a big drink of coffee. I did make a big coffee for now, so I might be a little bit but this is tea. So yeah, accounting, you gotta look at that. And here's the thing, I want to make it as precise as possible and get all my properties organized and all the expenses. And plus, I want to teach my wife to do the accounting part of it. And but all that being said, not because I don't want to do it. I mean, I if I don't have to, but I want it to be. I do want to be able to look at the numbers, especially at the end of the month. Every month, I want to look at the numbers and see what's going on. And then, of course, I mean, any little thing, it's information. And like you get like a high electric bill, you're like, holy shoot, what's going on? And then you go look, you open up Jexa or you open up whatever, it says, oh, time to renew. So there'd be a lapse. There'd be like a thing, after you like for electricity or whatever, that if you don't renew with another plan, they throw you in this really expensive month to month plan until you do renew with them or sign with another company. And so that could cost you a lot of money if you're on a month-to-month plan, right? And so it just shows you that once you look at the numbers every month and you see like something's out of whack, you could deal with it. And so that's very important to be able to see all the numbers in an organized way every single month. And that's what I'm moving towards, and getting a bookkeeper, or teaching my wife to bookkeep, of course, and then having paying in a CPA, to check it quarterly to make sure everything's running smooth as well. That's yeah, getting big. Gotta look at things and do things more professionally. Um, that check that off. Um, another thing, another thing. So I was telling you this house is getting set up now, this new house, and it's another arbitrage house, but like, we're gonna manage it for a client. But I had to be there today, and because I'm getting paid to set the thing up, so I had to be there today for the refrigerator to be delivered, and I had to be there today for the internet to be set up. So I had to go early in the morning, and I was there all morning. The thing is, what I knew I was gonna be waiting because whenever they say they're gonna be there between 8 o'clock and, well, this internet said 8 o'clock and 10 a.m., right? 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. I was like, okay, they might not show up till even after 10. But I still got to be there because the odds are if you ain't there, then we came here at 8 o'clock sharp and nobody was here. It's a reschedule for 2 weeks from now. Anyways, so I was there waiting for them, and of course they were late. They showed up more like closer to 11. But and well, the fridge people, they showed up pretty darn quick. They showed up. They said they were going to be there between 7 and 5. A big time slot, but they think they showed up around 8 or 9. So it wasn't bad. They came in there. They dropped the fridge off. Boom, boom, boom. I had to install the handles. That was the only thing. And they they took when they were coming in with the fridge, they go, "Oh, we're gonna take off the door. Is that cool?" And oh yeah, it's that big. I didn't think it was a big fridge. Like, yeah, it's just easier and everything. So he had this thing that where the door hinges are, just like a little metal poker thing, and you hit it with a little wrench and boom, 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 pop that little pin out. There's 3 pins, 3 hinges. There's the 3 pins. Pop those out. Took the door off. I was like, wow, that was easy, and he did it by himself. And I mean, so many times, dealing with moving furniture into a house, or fridges, or whatever, they we struggle to get it through the freaking doorway, right? We're like turning it this way. Oh, you got to move this way. We got to take the legs off this thing, or we got to take the handles off the fridge, or we got to take, whatever piece of furniture it is. I mean, it's just a pain. So they took the door off, and they brought the thing in with a dolly, walked straight through like nothing, and set it there and ready to roll. I was like, wow, a couple minutes to do all that. And then they put my door back on. Ting, 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 ting. Wow, is that easy to take off a door? I learn something new every day. So it's pretty easy to remove a door. So if you're gonna move a bunch of big furniture into a place, yeah, you might take off the door. It'd be a lot easier for you. I learned that today. I always learning, right? Always learning. So internet was delivered too, and they, like I said, they got there a little bit late, but it took hours because it's AT&T fiber. I was gonna say high fiber. Uh, AT&T fiber optics internet, whatever. And so they installed that today, and they had to. The house never had it before, so when the house never had fiber, then it can't poop. I'm just kidding. So when a house has never had fiber optics internet, they have to run the lines and drill holes and go up in the attic and come down through the attic and cut a hole in the wall and install the whole AT&T thing. So it's a process, and they were there, man. So I think, like I said, he got there, well, probably around 10:45, 11, and he wasn't done until like almost 2 p.m. It was a long time, but I had my laptop there, and I had my T-Mobile 5G home internet little modem thing that I rent from T-Modem. It's like $50 a month plus tax, and T-Modem, T-Mobile, and But what's cool about this thing, I can use it at my house. I keep it, we keep it in my wife's car because not only can you use it at your own house if your internet goes down, which Texas, we have a lot of storms, a lot of thunderstorms and, stuff like that. High wind storms. I wouldn't say tornadoes. We do get those too, but hailstorms. So there's a lot of situations, especially at my house. Currently, we have Spectrum internet, and Spectrum goes out a lot, man. There's tons of Spectrum outages, but I only have Spectrum at houses that I can't get AT&T fiber optics, and so I keep this as like a backup internet. And plus, it's not tied to this house. I could take it to the job place and have internet at the job place. I could take it to any house that I happen to be working on that we haven't set up internet at and just plop it down and have 5G high speed internet, right? Or even let's say a restaurant if you really want to go to a restaurant or coffee shop or whatever. This thing you could take it anywhere. It's freaking pretty cool. And not only that, you could plug it into your if you have a thing like a converter in your car that you could plug AC DC, plugs, into if that's what they're called, AC DC, the regular plugs. Then you could plug it into your car and you can be driving around with freaking high speed internet in your car, You don't gotta go buy a $100,000 car to have internet in your car and pay the monthly internet fee. It was very versatile. And every time I do go somewhere and I'm gonna set up the utilities or wait for furniture to be delivered, stuff like that, I'll take it with me and I'll just take my laptop and I can work while I'm there waiting on this stuff. And I can get in, not just work for my cell phone, work on a real laptop, and with real strong internet. And so that's what I was doing today, getting a lot of work done. The accounting work. Oh my God, that put you to sleep. But so I do love this thing. It's like it's a great piece of technology. And it's like I said, $50 a month plus tax, and you have internet wherever you go all the time. And that's important if you're doing something like we do, like just that you have to be on all the time. So yes, definitely get you one of those. Um, while the AT&T people were there. Now, I mean, I know I love AT&T wireless. The AT&T internet's great, or it's the best one out there. And but the thing is, man, every time you get a freaking new modem, or you got to set up, or they got to come to your house, you're gonna get the higher pressure sales pitch. They send guys to your house that okay, so the installation guy is gonna go, right? And he's gonna go install, blah blah blah. But they'll also send in one or two guys, like while he's doing his installation thing. These guys show up to your house. They got their AT&T badge on and all that stuff. Their excuse me, their whole job is to get you to sign up for AT&T cell phone service. And it is a high pressure sales pitch. It is two guys, pressing you to buy this to get the cell phones. And of course, I mean it's pretty annoying. and they but I've noticed it more and more. They just, even when you call AT&T for like, hey, I don't know, the modem's not working correctly, something's wrong, blah blah, whatever the issue is, a bill issue, they always close with, oh, by the way, who do you have cell phone service with? And then they start going into their spiel. Everybody from the person who the tech support to the people that you call for billing, anybody on and that answers that to AT&T, to the people that the sales pitch people that come straight to your house and put the high pressure. Everybody's out there trying to get you to sign up for their cell service. And I might look into it because here's the thing, they're saying that they're gonna save me a buttload of money, and I know, my goodness, these cell phone companies for years have been telling us all this stuff, and then all of a sudden you get the bill, and instead of being $99, it's like $150. What happened? Oh well, this plus this, all these excuses. So we've been bent over for these companies for so long, so I don't trust anything they say. But I will look into it because it's been a while since I've I now have T-Mobile since I've called them and said, "Hey, what's going on with my bill? It's been rising steadily for these past few years. Can you knock it down?" Because AT&T is saying they can do half the price, and so it is something to look into. I wasn't really wanting to deal with the high pressure sales pitch today. I wasn't feeling so good. Plus, getting the house set up and everything, and plus doing accounting all day. But I give them mad props because AT&T they noticed, hey, why aren't we leading the country in cell phone service? Or why is T-Mobile leading the country? Let's they made it part of their business. Yeah, they made it really a big part of their business to get more people to sign up for their cell phone service. And yeah, props to them. They noticed the problem and they're trying to fix it, but it's really annoying when I just want them to come into my house and to set up the internet and freaking leave. But but anyways, that's what's going on with AT&T. Love their internet. I don't know about their cell phones so much. Um, that what I have noticed, in doing this short-term rental or hospitality management, right? Is and what it kind of changes you in a way, your outlook on when you go out there in the world and you notice how people are talking to each other and treating each other, and especially at stores, right? You go to a store or restaurant or whatever, and you see how a client or a customer, is treated, and it's mind-boggling because like so many of I mean, of course there's great employees, but there's so many employees out there, or waiters or bartenders or whoever, right? That they just don't give a damn. And they don't care what the person's gripe is. And they don't try to, here's one thing. A lot of people just want to be heard, right? And so that's like we learned this natural the hard way. If someone comes at us with a gripe, saying, terribly sorry that you're going through that. I wouldn't say admit fault, but just try to relate to them, try to figure out a solution, and let them be heard and let them vent, stuff like that. There are a-holes out there. There are Karens that really take it to the next level. But most people, if they're gonna muster up the courage to do a complaint at a restaurant or at some kind of whatever business they're going to or store, then it's to be just boom, no, that's not, sorry, we can't do nothing with that. And it's just like, wow, they just shut them down right away. And it's happened to me before. And I don't react terrible bad towards it. I just stay nice. Okay, thank you. Just you know, thought I'd ask, whatever. And of course, I might leave a review, a fair and honest review, if someone tries to screw me over at a business or whatever. But now it's just that what this business has taught me. This is just being a little bit more nice to people and understanding. And I have a team that's really good at that. And yes, people will, some people will just, they're not happy no matter what you say to them or what you tell or explanation or try to give them a discount or something like that. They just want to be mad at the world, and some crazy people out there. You can't do nothing about that. But my thing is just seeing how in the world how defensive people are, on edge and not wanting to help people and just saying that's our policy. Sorry, we can't do nothing about it. It's just like, oh man. Ooh, they've lost a lot of sales. When I get reactions like that over something, I just don't buy from them. And if the heads of these corporations could see like with the front lines how they're treating people nowadays, and losing all this money because the way they're treating people, instead of having this ironclad policy. No, sorry, you can't. We're not going to give you a disc. We're not going to give you a discount. We're not going to exchange that. No, that's our policy. And just seeing how that just affects people, because people have a lot of choices, and the number one choice is Amazon, and Amazon, you can return anything. And so if you're, your store or even if you're not Walmart or Target, whatever, and you're one of the mid levels or lower end, not lower end, but, you know, that you don't make as much as them and you treat people like that, they're just going to order from Amazon. And it's sad, but it's really eye-opening to be in the hospitality business and seeing how people are so unhospitable nowadays. But that was an observation I made today. Um, Tomorrow at the arbitrage house, the washer and dryer is going to get delivered, so that's exciting. And I told you all about this company that does the washer dryer delivery and setup and rental. $25 per machine per month. And this is Irving. I mean, this is Dallas Fort Worth area. So if anybody listening from the Dallas Fort Worth area, hit me up, and I'll give you the name of the company. Actually, let me look it up real quick. The name of the company is J&M Appliance Rentals. And if you're in I'm not getting paid for that. I just thought that they're really cool. I mean, professional. They tell you what time they're going to get there, and they get there at that time. And they go in and install everything, right? They hook up the washer, hook up the dryer, they make sure it runs good. They tell you all about it, and how to use it and everything. Then they sweep up they have a vacuum. They sweep up and vacuum the area after they're done, leave it nice and clean like before. And like I said, per machine, it's like $25 a month to rent each machine, and $50 a month for a washer and dryer. And if anything goes wrong with them, they come out there and fix them or replace them because you're renting them month to month. And then I was like, man, this is perfect for what we do, arbitragers, right? Or uh, even if you're not arbitrator, you own the place and all that stuff. Well, that might be different. If you buy a house, you're going to be there for a long time. You might go high end and then get the extended warranty. That's fine too. But if you know that you're gonna rent a place for a year or two, you don't want to go spending like thousands of dollars on some machines, because then the owner of the house or apartment or condo, they might decide I don't want to let Airbnb go on or short-term rentals go on anymore. So you gotta leave, and you got to freaking move those machines, and you gotta store them somewhere, and they're heavy as hell. And then yeah, you gotta pay for storage for them, all that stuff. And then when you move those things, it might knock them off kilter a little bit. It might ruin them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for people that are gonna do arbitrage, I think it's perfect situation. And I told him, he's like, y'all are great. The owner was contacting me. Oh, that's cool. It's a mom and pop joint, operation over here. But the owner himself, texted me, asked if everything was okay. And I was just explaining to him. I was like, man, this is great what y'all do. Y'all just need to do fridges now. We need to be able to rent refrigerators from you guys. And he's like, yeah, yeah. A lot of people have told me that. I was like, and I explained to him, I'm on, I have a, semi-popular podcast where we talk about short-term rentals, and a lot of people. This is perfect for you know people listen to this show and other short-term rental shows, because this is exactly what we need. We need someone that we could rent reliable appliances from, that you could always be able to fix them if we need be. And so I just made a conversation with the guy. He wants to meet up and chat about this, which is cool. Yeah, it's about connections. So I can't talk enough about J&M Appliance Rentals. Tell them Stevie Stacks sent you. What's up? I don't know. I don't even work for them. I don't advertise for them, but I just really like their company. And if I like a company, I'm gonna give them a shout out, right? Um, so the also when you give a referral, because I'm like I said, the person who this next arbitrage is for is a friend. It's a friend of a friend, and so I get like a referral for linking them up together. So that's a pretty cool deal. Um, Another thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, here's a big thing: is the setup of the arbitrage as far as expenses, because this is a part. Like I said, when I was looking at my finances real good, yeah, personal and business finances, right? I I just didn't really care about the numbers, man. It sounds really, really ridiculous, but I really is like, well, I got another arbitrage coming up. I'll just get someone I know that likes to do design, and to furnish it. They'll have it ready in a few, about a week, maybe a little bit less, and it'll be good to go. And I can start renting it out. All I cared about is getting it up as fast as possible. I didn't care about the price and get it rented as fast as possible. And that was my philosophy. But then this last couple times, this friend was setting this up, or was setting these up for me, and I'll say this house that we had purchased, the furniture came out. It's a 5 bedroom house, so it's big. And it's got two kind of living room downstairs, living room upstairs. It's a big house, but it was over $20,000 in furniture to furnish this thing, and I've never spent that much money. I mean, I bought this house with a partner, Cheryl. Shout out to Cheryl. We went in on it together, and so okay, 10,000 each for all the furniture setup and everything. It didn't hurt as much because we split it, but like wow, I was like, oh, over 20,000. Um, and this friend was like, yeah, I tried to save money where I could, but it's just everything's so expensive nowadays. And the thing is, this friend purchases from like local furniture stores. So if you ever set foot in a like a mom and pop furniture store or Canales Furniture or whatever furniture stores in your neighborhood, they're expensive, man. They're not. It's not IKEA stuff, which is good. It's not IKEA stuff, but it's damn near IKEA stuff. They have their IKEA end products, right? And but they charge a lot of money, and their thing is because how they if they inflate the prices of their furniture, right? So it might be the same kind of IKEA stuff, but they'll raise the price higher, but then offer their financing. That's where they make their big bucks, right? So they get a high price for the furniture, and then they these people that buy, and I'll say it like this is not the high it's not the high money making communities, if you will. You'll see a lot of these mom and pop furniture stores in these communities, where people don't make a lot of money. So they'll go finance a sofa or finance a bed, right? You're not gonna be able to do that at IKEA or Walmart or wherever you're gonna buy furniture from. Um, and so an IKEA futon would be about, 2/3 of the price or one half of the price of a futon bought at one of these spots, or half price of a bed or half price of a sofa, an IKEA one. But they don't offer this 90 days zero financing or whatever that these people fall for. And but the thing is, if you don't pay that $3,000 couch off in 90 days, then they'll just keep taking payments for you, but that 3 month period will turn into like a whole year of payments. So you might have bought that furniture, 4 or 5 times over, but you're still just stuck paying it, paying it, and paying it because you couldn't pay it off in that 3 month stretch, right? So all the interest is loaded on there, plus all the fees and everything. So and then charge a high ass interest rate. So people get stuck in that trap. And a lot of these furniture places are in those areas. And so of course when we've bought, through the friend that purchased those things, we'll pay him off before the 3 months, the 3 months no interest, whatever. But it's still, like I said, maybe a third of the cost more or double what IKEA or Amazon or whatever would charge for the same type of furniture, right? Um, so the last couple times, and then this friend set up a 1 bedroom apartment um for us and spent over $5,000 for a 1 bedroom apartment. And like I said, it was not a big apartment. It was a sofa and it was a bed, but I was like, these prices are getting out of hand. What's going on here? And anyways, so with my partner Cheryl was like, you know what? On the house for the next arbitrage that we're gonna put up, the next couple of arbitrages, let me order everything, and then you and your team, I'll pay y'all to set it up, right? And so she could get it a whole house, furnished for around like 5 or 6 grand, right? The whole house, 5 or 6 grand, maybe seven. Whereas the last house a friend did, it was over $20,000. So that's a big savings. And Now I'm starting to really come around to like, man, I really got to save money doing this. I can't just, okay, get it up quickly, get it up fast. I don't care what the price is, and then we'll get it rented fast. No, man, it's not the best way to do business. And especially if you have a team of people here that would, be happy to put the furniture together for a decent price, right? Then shit, order it all from Amazon and IKEA and Wayfair, Wayfair kind of sucks, but IKEA and Amazon, they're pretty good. So order everything from if you can. Hit me up 'cause I got some advice on that. There's some Amazon kind of like wish lists or something like that, where it shows you exactly what you need to buy for an arbitrage. Um, and I'll construct some of those too because it's fascinating to me that if you know exactly what you need for a three-bedroom house or four-bedroom house or a one-bedroom house and make it look nice, then you could really save a lot of time and money, get it all sent to the house, and then all these boxes everywhere and pay someone to knock it all out, right, in a couple days. So it's really yeah, it's saving a lot of money. You don't want to spend the first 6, 7, 8 months just recouping the furniture cost, right? You want to make profit. So, the numbers have been pushing me towards trying to do things, of course, quickly and efficiently, but saving money is they say a penny saved is a penny earned, but it is true because, man, if you buy it from local, no offense, mom and pops. If you're buying from them stores, you're gonna get reamed pretty good because the markups are just insane. Um, I yeah, I wanted to mention too. So I do manage for a couple friends, right? And their properties their properties are doing really good. And that's made me feel good because and I mentioned Jimmy before, I mentioned shout out to Warren, but yeah, a couple of the properties that we helped put together, set up and all that stuff and got it nice and cleaned out and then got it up on the listing sites and we managed for them are making freaking phenomenal profit. And it's just I'm happy because it's you always get weirded out when you're saying, "Oh, I'm gonna work for a friend or something like that." But they're reaching out to me and saying, "Hey, I want to turn my previous house into a corporate house. I know what you do. I know you're doing that now on Airbnb or VRBO, whatever they call it. Um, I've thought about doing that. How do I do that?" And then I go sit down, have a coffee with this friend, and this is how we're gonna do it. You're gonna get this furniture in there. You're gonna clean it up real good and nice little patio set, and then you're just gonna start doing the corporate thing and Airbnb thing, and I'll do everything for you, charge you a small percentage because you're my buddy. Um, and the fact that they trust me, with that with their house, right? It's really cool, and the fact that you can really deliver for them, you're like, holy crap! I was only charging $2,000 a month rent for this house, and now it's making me over 6,000 a month. That's pretty crazy, and yeah, I got the pride there, my buddies. Shout out to my friends that are happy with Argist Rentals, and shout out to you guys if y'all looking for someone. And like I said, we're heavy corporate. A lot of these companies that'll manage for you. They want to just fill it up with Airbnb stays. I don't believe in that. I don't believe I'll use them for fillers. I'll use them to fill in the gaps, but I want to get these big, fat, juicy, 6,000 plus a month corporate stays in your house, right? That's my plan. That's my strategy. And then if, Airbnb, VRBO, that's secondary. So yeah, be sure to ask them how strong their corporate. If you're gonna go out there and try to interview um, companies to manage your property, be sure to ask them how strong their corporate side is and how many corporate stays have they dealt with and what's all the ins and outs of that, blah blah blah. Just ask, pepper them with those questions because if they don't answer them very well, they're just gonna be some Airbnbers and yeah, screw Airbnb. Uh, Oh man, what else we talk about? Yeah, the washer and dryer biz. Baby's coming. Oh geez. I don't know why I wrote this on there. But speaking of babies coming, the my my wife ordered this cool thing. And that's what's cool when someone invents something neat and you start seeing it everywhere. You're like, okay, someone did something good. All right, cool. As a dude, we ain't looking at prices. We ain't looking at, especially the baby stuff. But my wife bought this new kind of stroller. It's like a little stroller, and the handle goes up and down. Depends on who's pushing the stroller. And in there, the baby faces you, right? When you're pushing the stroller, the baby's looking back at you, and it's a car seat that sits into the stroller. So when you go to the car, you just pull the car seat out of it, lock it into the car, and then you that little stroller, the thing, the part you push folds up, back of the car, and ready to go. Really cool invention. Really simplistic. Something Steve Jobs would be proud of, or Elon Musk would be proud of. Really simplistic and great design, very practical. And so that was cool, because we got it the other day, and my wife was like, "Yeah, I love it. It does this. It's gonna be so easy, especially when we travel." It's like, cool. I was like, "How much was this thing, by the way?" And she said it was expensive. So what do you mean expensive? What, $200? Higher. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. $500 for a stroller, a one baby, a one seater, not a two seater. And I was like, oh, that's expensive. I never thought I'd see the day when a stroller costs $500. And I was like, well, I mean, if it's gonna make your life easier, it's worth it. But it's just really, really sticker shock. And that's one thing I noticed too. When you walk down the baby aisle and like even at Walmart, their cheapest car seats are like $99 now. And I remember back in my day, you go through Walmart and you could get one of those cheaper ones for like $19. I remember this. And the cheapest one you can get now is $99 for something that they're going to use for a few years and then grow out of, whatever. And of course, the high end. You love your baby, don't you? You want to have it the best car seat that money can buy, and blah blah blah. You're gonna spend, $200 or $300 on a car seat, and yeah, even at Walmart, the high end car seats, because you love your kid, is gonna cost a buttload of money. And so this is a industry, man. This is the industry right here, the baby industry, right? Because it seems everybody wants, oh, I just want the best for my baby. I love my baby. I'm not gonna buy used stuff for my baby. And they don't. People don't. And my wife, falls for that too. And I'm like, you see these either strollers or what's it called? Car seats or whatever, high chairs. You see people selling them on marketplace fraction of the price, man. $25, $50, and they're good shape still. You might want to wash them and stuff, of course, but I mean, I've never seen such a price increase for something that's from used to new, From something you get for $20 on marketplace that's going to cost you like $300 brand new. But what are these parents going to do with them? And they have a hard time selling them because everybody wants the new stuff for their baby. Understandably so, I guess. But yeah, the market on the markup on that, and what troubles me is there is so much, like, I mean, how's a car seat going to get worn out from a baby, right? And they're going to grow out of it, and it's not going to, like, oh, now it's no good no more. What I see, and then I finally you see them like at the curb, people just throwing away all these like stuff, thousands and thousands of dollars of stuff down the street of all these, baby stuff that people are throwing away because they didn't want to bother trying to sell it on marketplace. They put it out front. Hopefully someone grabs it. But you drive by a few times and people don't grab it because I even told my wife, "Oh, look, there's one right there." No, I ain't putting it dirty, and I was like, but so that just jumped out at me, man. There's something wrong with it. I'm sure there's like there's a lot of mom sites out there where they trade stuff or they give stuff away for free, and that's great. Perhaps my wife can hop on some of those, but the $500 stroller, man, that really, woo! I need to go get some more arbitrages to pay for that shit. Uh, Another crazy thing is I've noticed, and I look at Zillow every day, that regular rents, not what we do, not the corporate rents where we pay for the, where we fully furnish it and plus provide the utilities included in the price. But regular rents in my area, Fort Worth, mid cities, Dallas, Fort Worth, mid cities, for regular 3-2 houses, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Don't come with a pool, don't come with all kinds of craziness. It's regular 3-2 cookie cutter houses. The rents are approaching $3,000 a month. And I'll tell you, today's date is October 16th, 2024. So that way you can look back at the show and like, wow, 3,000. Oh man, rents were cheap back then. But then, to me, in this era, because I've seen them creep in the last year from around $2,000 a month to what I thought was like, whoa, 2,500. That's crazy. And then now I'm starting to see people throwing them out there for $3,000 a month for a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. And what that makes me think is like, wow, these regular people aren't going to even be able to rent a house. Forget buying a house because that's crazy expensive with all, especially with the interest rates and the way how high prices the houses are, how priced they are. But being able to rent a house is going to be out of reach. And even if and what happens when landlords they don't get they'll settle for a tenant that okay, their finances look okay, yeah, they're working a couple jobs, so they can technically barely afford this rent, so we'll just throw them in there. That $3,000 a month plus utilities have been skyrocketing. Back in my day, you know 7 to 9%, and the 7 to 9, I'm talking about yeah, utilities, electric bills, the kilowatt hour, you can get it under 10. Yeah, so you can get it under 10 all the time, man. Like anywhere from 6 cents a kilowatt hour to like 9 cents a kilowatt hour was like the norm, right? Sometimes lower. And nowadays it's like 17 cents a kilowatt hour. So these electric bills, how many? Okay, let's just say five. It used to be 5 cents, 5, 10, 15, over 3 times as much is what you're going to pay for your electric bill. 3 times as much. And that's just in the last few years, they've been skyrocketing. And then, of course, water is expensive as hell. Gas is expensive as hell. Um, and it's just like, so you're going to expect someone, okay, they can barely make the rent by the skin of their teeth, but people are going to get desperate to try to rent these houses out. And they're going to put people in there who can barely get in. But what happens when they get a $500 electric bill or $800 electric bill and they can't? What are they going to do? So either they're gonna pay rent and not have electricity, or they're gonna pay electricity and not pay the rent. And I think that's gonna happen a lot more often. There's gonna be a lot more eviction situations happening because people are just gonna not gonna be able to afford this. It's getting crazy out of hand. I don't care what politician says the economy is good. It ain't good, man. This economy is broken. Not to get on a rant or nothing, and not saying that any other politician can go in there and fix it, but both. I'll say this, and my little political rant, real quick, that people forget. Under Republicans, they printed out trillions of dollars, especially during COVID, spending money like it's going out of style, printing trillions of dollars, and then that put pressure on the rest of the world to print trillions of dollars as well of their currency. And the Democrats do the same thing. They're printing trillions of dollars to pay for all the stuff they need to pay for too. So um, I don't see inflation going anywhere anytime soon, no matter what metrics they're using. I'm looking at the metrics going to the Walmart and seeing the price of eggs being, $7, $8 for a dozen eggs, or electric bill being $500 is the normal electric bill now, and $3,000 rents. It's just insane. And I'm going to keep moving forward, picking up these properties. I might not make as much profit margin as before because of all these factors, but if you just keep moving forward and doing this, you're going to eventually, you know, um, be okay. But yeah, just working a regular job, getting your little bitty raise every year, you're not going to keep up with inflation. So you got to do something. And then that's why y'all are listening to a show like this to help y'all get out there and do something and start getting these revenue streams, because it's not a choice. It's not a luxury anymore to have another revenue stream. It's a necessity, and that's just how it is nowadays. But I believe in America. I believe in you guys, and I believe in the entrepreneurial spirit that America is, because everybody wants to get out there, start a business, or try, try their hand at real estate or something like that. And like I said, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. You gotta have some kind of side hustle or some kind of set up your streams of income just to survive, man. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. I just, letting me ramble for a little while, getting it all off my chest. I didn't cover I covered most everything. But have I always feel better after doing one of these. And thank you so much for listening. Live let thrive at gmail.com. Hit me up personally. Ask me anything you want to ask me. Also, Low Casa, lo-casa.com. That's Rachel, my buddy Rachel. She'll get you into an arbitrage. She has them all over the country. Nice ones, furnished, unfurnished, whatever you want. And if she don't got it, she'll go look for one for you and find you one, and that'll get you your extra stream of income that you've been looking for. Lowcasa.com, lo-casa.com, with a little minus in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So hit up Rachel, hit up me. If you need the link personally, hit up my link on the show notes and all that. But thank you so much for listening, and good luck on your journey. If you need any help, need a pep talk, need something, need a shoulder to cry on. I'm the STR therapist. That's what I should call myself, the STR therapist. Thank y'all so much. Chat at y'all later. Have a great weekend, all that fun stuff. Peace. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.